Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob from Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very special unboxing for you, something coming in from Unlocked Composites. It's something I've been waiting for a while. I know he's been working on this one-man shop. He makes these amazing carbon fiber scales for knives. For instance, I'll show you real quick, I have one right here. This is my Civivi with S35VN. It's a KnifeWorks exclusive S35VN baby banter. And I love this thing. This takes it to a new level with contoured scales. Look at that nice contour shape. So let's go ahead and get into this, because this is for a knife that I have already in my possession. I want to make sure, let's see, how can we get into this thing? We'll take the receipt, put it off to the side. What we got here? All right, we'll throw that over there. And usually you get your scales with the template that he used to cut them out. And it's not sealed. Oh, he sealed it now. Okay, it used to be a little sticky thing, so I'm gonna have to cut this. That's fine. By the way, today I'm opening it with my Rick Hinder XM18 3.5 inch non-flipper knife. Really like this thing with JG10 scales. I am looking for my titanium scales. Hope to get those at some point. And I always find it interesting. He includes these like little wooden milled sporks. And I gotta ask him what is the deal with the spork? And then you get a nice little sticker, which I think is cool. And then you get a little, thank you card, which I think is cool as well. Of course, the plastic here, let's throw that over here. And this is the template where he actually mills it out of. So this is the chunk of carbon fiber that he uses. You can see it's really nice, I want to say weaved carbon fiber. So that's really nice. All right. So I'm going to put this off to the side. So let's get into here. And so the big, drum roll. All right. Can you tell what that's for? It's for a Lander. Yes, sir. He made the Lander scales. And look at this. Right-handed only. No clip needed. So I'm debating whether I want to put these on the black. Now this is, what I did is I have two Landers. I have the Urban EDC M390 blade steel right here. And this is the Smoky Mountain KnifeWorks S35VN one. Now I swapped the scales. The Mars Valley fat carbon scales go on the S35VN, and the Sagai pattern tan G10 go on the M390. But I thought this looked nicer with the Mars Valley over here like this. I really liked this design over here, this color on this one more. But I'm kind of torn. Which one would look nicer? Would it look nicer with that? With the black? Or would it look nicer like that? And that's the choice. Now the cool thing is, guess what? I can swap them out whenever I want. So, I mean, I like the tan, the Sagai pattern is kind of cool, right? I mean, it is rounded, so that's nice. It's not sharp edges, so they did a really nice job of rounding that, so it's not uncomfortable. It does have a nice cutout, but I do like how there's bias. They do a little extra bias, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if it shows it. Yeah, it's about the same. I thought it was a little more cut out on this one. Maybe not. Well, they do have a little more relief in here. You see that? Can you see that little relief? They do that here, but I don't know if it's as much, but there we go. And you could always make that a little more relief cut if you feel like you need a little more in there to get into it. And I can always do that over here as well. I can always sand that down just a little bit. And I did that actually, I'll tell you, I did it on my XM18 right here. This was kind of sharp on the Hinder scale. And so I buffed that out so it's a little smoother. So when I get in here, it's not a sharp edge that I'm hitting. It's a little more rounded. So I chamfered. I don't know if I chamfered. I rounded the edge. Chamfering is usually when you do a flat 45-degree cut, right? So I rounded that edge there, so it's nice and smooth and comfortable. It doesn't dig into my hand, and I personally like that. So I could do that over here as well. But before I do that, I would probably practice at my G10 to see how that goes, right? Because I don't know carbon fiber if that's going to be much different. So yeah. All right. Well, let's do this thing. All right. So these are going to be. I think these are all T6s. Yeah. All right. So this is the WEHA T6. Get good quality bits. If not, get a nice driver. This is relatively expensive, a 1/4-inch WEHA stubby driver. That works really nice. Or I got this one from Urban EDC as well. I had a bunch of points and I got one of these. I really wanted one of these cool ones, and this is an Ultim, and I thought it's kind of nice. So I figured I'd get that. So we're just gonna take off the little lanyard spot there. There we go. Put that over there. And let's see what this looks like. Okay. I'm debating. Yeah, I think it looks good with the black. Can always change it. I like the Mars Valley with the M390. I don't know, it just feels like that's a little cooler. But man, I like these Unlocked Composite scales a lot. And what I like about this one especially is there's no insert for the cutout for making a left and righty. Now the thing is, if you're left-handed, you're thinking, man, what is this? He only does right-handed? No. You can get right-handed, left-handed only, so that your clip is only on the left-hand side, and the right-hand side, it's perfectly smooth. This is not there. And that's what I think is cool. So if you're a lefty and you wanted a knife that's just a lefty only, you can do that. And I think that's really cool. I think you would really enjoy that. And I think it might be worth your time and your effort to do that. And his tooling is really great. He does a really outstanding job. And I think it's worth maybe taking a look at. I have it on my Baby Banter. I have it on my Banter. Now I have it on my Lander. Ooh, I got a little dirt there from my ripped jeans. And if you didn't know, if you ever strip these screws and you need to replace them, you can just get a hold of them. You can just go to, you can go directly to, oh yeah, I think I like that. That's nice. Yeah, okay. You can go directly to Knafs.com, where Ben Peterson has his website, where you can buy parts and sorts of stuff. Matter of fact, I think he actually has some of these Unlocked Composite scales that he sells directly from this guy, which I think is awesome. You know? And I got to tell you, when I had the Banter, I really liked the Banter knife. The one thing that really frustrated me about the Banter knife was the cutaway. I couldn't really reach that lock, the liner lock. It was hard to get in there, and the way he does this, it's just so much easier. Oops, so much easier to get to, right? There we go. Yeah, now I don't have the clip on, and typically I use the clip to help me to get that right leverage, right? Especially with a smaller knife, the clip is very, very handy, and I find that really helpful. So, all right, so we're gonna put the clip on now. Now let's make sure both of these screws the same length. Yeah, they are, okay. Sometimes I thought they were, but sometimes you can have some knives that don't have the same length screws, and that's done on purpose, because it's not just a screw for the clip, it also goes into usually like a standoff or something. So in this case it doesn't, it just goes straight into the scale, the steel scale. Let's put that off to the side. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And you can see, here's the Baby Banter. Now on my baby banter, I actually have tweezers. You could add tweezers and a toothpick, to that. I just did a lot of S's there. If you wanted to. On this one, I wanted to be a little more discreet. I like that on this one, but this one I thought makes it a really nice, discreet little knife. And I think this looks really cool. Yeah, I do like that. It kind of completes my set. I'm waiting for him. He said he's going to be working on the big banter scales. I can't wait for those. I want to be the first, order the first ones if he, or at least test them for him if he'd like. I would love to test them and post a first review if he would so deem me worthy, because that would be awesome. I can't wait for the big banter scales. Those are going to be amazing. Yeah, look at that, dead center. Everything's perfect. I mean, his scales really, thanks to Ben Peterson, he gives you the template to cut all this, but this guy right here is just dead nuts with it. And I did the same pattern. You can see that side. What I like about that is it goes in and out of the pocket, even though it's side, it gives you texture, right? You've got great texture. You're not going to drop this knife. And so if your hand gets wet, you still have great texture. So this is S35VN, and then this one is, I don't know if you can see that, S35VN as well. Can you see that? So, and this one has S35VN right there. So both of these, this one's done by QSP, which this one is done as well by QSP, and this is the M390. And I thought this was kind of cool. I like the Mars Valley scales, and I like this I don't know if you will, plain steel, non-coated, non-PVD, non-Cerakote, whatever you want to call it. I like this one over here. It's nice. I think it's a nice touch. I think the Mars Valley with that stands out. Oh, excuse me. A little late here. So I like that. I think that's really cool. You got a nice axis here as well. So if I wanted to, I could absolutely chamfer that out if I needed a little more access to it. Same thing here. See, but it's pretty easy to get to. No problem. And it locks up nice and solidly. Yeah, that's what you want. So let's take a look at it. If you want, here, I'm going to move all this off to the side. All these distractions, we'll put that off. It's still in camera. Let's try to get that out of there. My goodness. And that's still in camera. All right, here we go. The Unlocked Composite scales. You see that? Get a nice close-up. I bet in the sun this is going to be gorgeous. The reflection. Carbon fiber always looks so nice in the sun, I think. You can see all that beautiful milling and contoured there. It's chamfered, but it's more contoured, right? Kind of like over here. This one is absolutely contoured. Well, this one's probably contoured more. Yeah, the fat carbon definitely has a contour. I think it peaks up here like this one does, but it goes down thinner toward the edge. So each of these are cool. I like the Mars Valley. I like these. I think this is just a really nice, and I really like it with the M390. I think the Mars Valley with M390 is just a beautiful, nice combination here. But I also think the Smoky Mountain Knife Works that had the original Mars Valley is a really nice combination with the Unlocked Composite scales. So I like that as well. But I also like Urban EDC Sagaya pattern. I wish this was contoured. Man, had they just made this contoured, that'd have been so sweet. Really would have been. Or made this a carbon fiber. I don't know. It's cool, but I prefer this shape a little bit better. I find this more comfortable, easier to hold on to, easier to work with, right? Just a nice, I got a little dirt on there, but just nice like that. I like that. And then if I compare it over here, you can see the Baby Banter. It had very strong, sharp edges, and I really like how it's rounded like here. So this is a real comfortable knife to carry like that. By the way, I put skiff cage ceramic ball bearings in this one. And I wonder if I can get them in here. I should look into that. I forget what size they are. Because I did order some that were really small. I wonder if they fit in here. Now that I did that, I should probably take a look. Anyways, maybe that's for another video. But there you go. This is the Unlocked Composite scales. You can see what it looks like on the Lander. And I took the Smoky Mountain Knife Works scales and I put them over on this Urban EDC M390 blade steel. And then I took the Unlocked Composite scales and put it over there because I already had them on my baby banter, which I thought was really nice, right? And then I actually have it on my wee banter. Let me go grab that. It's right over here. Nice thing about a wireless headset, you can, or wireless microphone, I can walk over there. You can still hear me without feeling like I'm far, far away. And so here's my wee banter, right? I like that. That's the wee banter. This one as well is S35VN blade steel. And this is what I was telling you about. The cutout here is really nice. I liked the banter a lot, but the problem I had was it was so hard to get to. I couldn't get in there. It was just really uncomfortable to get to that liner lock, and it made it very unusable. But they do a nice bias contoured shape here, and so it's really easy to get to. It makes this reasonable. Now all the other knives, the Lander has a nice cutout as well for it, so they do a really nice job here as well. And they carry that over to the Mars Valley exclusive and the Urban EDC, right? And the baby banter always had a nice cutout as well, so it was always easy to get to that one as well. But it's nice to have skiff washers on this thing. That's really cool. So there you go. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Skiff, if you go to Skiff, he has a spreadsheet. He has a washer size for the wee banter. And if I'm not mistaken, it's actually the same one that I put in here, that goes in here, which is really nice. So I may get that as well. The action on this one's been really good, really smooth. And I don't think I put skiffs in this one, but I could. And as smooth as that is, I know this one is going to keep getting smoother and just nicer, because it does have skiff washers in this one. And I thought that was really cool. And eventually I'd like to put skiff washers in here too. All right, well that is my unboxing and my installation of the new Lander Unlocked Composite scales. I like that. I took these guys off on this one. I took this set off on here, and I put them on here. And these scales, Mars Valley, were originally on this one here, the S35VN. This is the Urban EDC that this one originally came with. I swapped them over here. Sorry, I thought the tan and the black looked nice. So, I mean, I can always switch it back if I want to. That's the nice thing, is you have options, right? You can swap them. That's the whole idea of this quick swap. I don't have to take the knife apart and adjust anything to make a swap, right? On this one, I literally have to take the pivot off in order to swap these scales out. So it's a much bigger installation. I have to literally disassemble the entire knife in order to swap the scales on this one and on this one, right? So that's more of a, I'm less likely to want to switch those scales once I do that. But these guys, it's just these two screws and boom, I'm done. It's like my TRM. I have a TRM Atom, love that thing. It's a much higher end USA made knife, and I think it's not legitimately comparing apples to oranges. But if you're limited on your budget and you can't afford a TRM, because they are expensive. I mean, you're looking at $250, $300, $400 if you want the titanium, right? This is a great budget one to start off with, and it's a great budget knife just to have as a beater knife, you know? I like having my wee knife to work with if I'm working in the yard. I can do heavy tasks with, so that's really nice. So there you go. Hey, if you have any questions about this unboxing and installation, please comment down below. I do try to reply to all the comments. I do try to get back to you. If you have any questions about future reviews, future unboxings, let me know as well. And if you have any questions for me or the channel, let me know as well. And any suggestions for future reviews or Rob's ramblings, I'd love to hear them. I always do take those suggestions seriously. I've done several Rob's ramblings based on some great questions, so I appreciate that. Hey, if you found my content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've hit that like button, would you please also consider hitting the subscribe button as well? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows me to grow, produce more content, do more things. It's really awesome. So thank you to you guys, to those who do it. If you've done all that, maybe consider hitting the notification button as well so you can be notified of future content as soon as it is available. And then if you've done all that, maybe go over to Instagram and check me out on robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week.